Maria Torres was exactly the kind of person banks used to ignore. A single mother working double shifts as a nursing assistant in Phoenix, Arizona, she'd been saving for years to buy a house for her and her daughter Sophia. Every time she'd applied for a mortgage before 2004, she'd been politely turned away. Your income-to-debt ratio doesn't qualify, they'd say. But in the spring of 2005, everything changed. A mortgage broker named Derek called her out of the blue. He'd somehow gotten her number. Maria, congratulations. You've been pre-approved for a home loan up to $320,000. She was confused. But I only make $32,000 a year. How can I afford? Don't worry about that, Derek interrupted smoothly. We have special programs now. Interest-only payments for the first 2 years, and the rate is just 3.5%. Your monthly payment will be only $900. You're paying more than that in rent, right? Maria did the math in her head. It seemed too good to be true. But what happens after 2 years? By then, your home will have appreciated in value. You can refinance. Trust me, everyone's doing this. You don't want to be left behind, do you? Home prices in Phoenix are going up 20% a year. 3 weeks later, Maria stood in her new three-bedroom house with a small backyard. Sophia was squealing with joy, already claiming the bigger bedroom. Maria fought back tears of happiness. After years of struggle, working 70-hour weeks, eating ramen so Sophia could have new school clothes, finally, she had something to show for it. The American dream wasn't a lie after all. What Maria didn't know was that Derek had lied on her application, listing her income as $78,000. She didn't know her mortgage had been sold to a Wall Street investment bank before the ink dried. She didn't know her loan had been sliced up, repackaged with thousands of other subprime mortgages, stamped with a fraudulent AAA rating, and sold to pension funds in Norway and Germany. She didn't know that traders at Goldman Sachs were calling securities like hers shitty deals in internal emails while betting they would fail. All Maria knew was that she finally had a home. For 2 years, it was perfect. Maria worked her shifts, Sophia thrived at a new school, and their house, according to Zillow, was now worth $380,000. Maria felt rich on paper. She even took out a $15,000 home equity line of credit to buy Sophia a used car for her 16th birthday and fix the perpetually broken air conditioning. Then came the letter in August 2007. Important notice. Your mortgage payment is adjusting. The monthly payment was jumping from $900 to $2,100. Maria's hands shook as she read it 3 times. $2,100. She barely cleared $2,400 a month after taxes. How could she afford food, utilities, the car payment, Sophia's braces? She called the bank immediately. There must be a mistake. No mistake, Ms. Torres. Your adjustable rate mortgage is adjusting to current market rates. It's all in your contract. But I can't pay this. Can I refinance like my broker said? I'm sorry, but your home is now worth less than you owe, and lending standards have tightened. You don't qualify. Maria felt the ground disappear beneath her feet. What am I supposed to do? The voice on the phone was professionally sympathetic. You can try to make the payments, or you can pursue a short sale or deed in lieu of foreclosure. She tried everything. She picked up extra shifts until she was working 90 hours a week, barely seeing Sophia. She stopped buying new clothes, stopped going out, lived on rice and beans. She called the bank every week begging for a loan modification. Each time, she got transferred to someone new who promised to look into it and never called back. By March 2008, she was 3 months behind. The foreclosure notice arrived on Sophia's 17th birthday. Maria sat at the kitchen table that night, the notice in front of her, and wept for the first time in front of her daughter. I'm so sorry, Mija. I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought this was our chance. Sophia held her mother's hand. It's not your fault, Mom. But Maria felt like it was. She felt stupid for believing Derek, stupid for thinking someone like her could own a home, stupid for dreaming. On the day the sheriff came to evict them in September 2008, the same week Lehman Brothers collapsed. Maria and Sophia loaded their belongings into a borrowed pickup truck. Neighbors she'd shared backyard barbecues with averted their eyes. 3 other houses on her street already had foreclosure signs. They moved into a cramped 2-bedroom apartment in a worse neighborhood. Sophia had to switch schools her senior year. Maria's credit was destroyed. She couldn't even rent a decent apartment without Sophia's 18-year-old cousin cosigning. The worst part came months later, when Maria saw a news report about bank executives receiving millions in bonuses. The CEO of the company that had foreclosed on her house got a $10 million compensation package that year. Performance-based, they called it. Maria sat there, stunned. Her retirement account, the $23,000 she'd saved over 15 years, had lost half its value in the market crash. She'd lost her home, her savings, her daughter's stability, and her faith that hard work meant anything. And the men who'd lied to her, who'd packaged her doomed loan and sold it as a safe investment, who'd crashed the entire economy, they got richer. Years later, Sophia asked her mother why she never tried to buy a house again. Maria was quiet for a long time. Because I learned that the game was never meant for people like us to win. We were just the chips they bet with. And when they lost, we paid. They walked away. Maria still works as a nursing assistant. She'll probably never own a home again. She's one of 10 million Americans who lost everything in the 2008 crisis. Real people with names and families and dreams, reduced to statistics in a catastrophe caused by people who faced no consequences. The American dream didn't die in 2008. But for millions like Maria, it was revealed to be something darker. A con game where ordinary people were the marks, and Wall Street always had a loaded deck.